Hi everyone! So today we're going to focus on writing, more specifically writing our own story. So we get to come up with everything that goes into this story. So if we think about it, there's actually a lot of parts to stories. Can you think of any? Okay, hopefully you paused the video and thought a little bit. If you didn't, here's some that you always need. You first need to think of a topic, characters, a problem, a solution for them to overcome. Where does the story take place? These are a whole bunch of questions that a lot of authors think about when they go into writing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some fun writing, some creative writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show different word banks that you can pick from and use to help you decide what topic you want to write about, what characters you want in your story, and where you want the setting to be. Then after you pick all the different things from the list, you get to write your own story. And I'll give you an example of a story that I wrote using the list that I gave. Okay, so first off, a topic could be anything if you think about it. Here's some ideas. We have holidays, food, colors, pets, different animals, ocean or zoo animals. You could write about school, fruits, vegetables, flowers, months of the year, after school activities, superheroes, clubs, states, birthdays, seasons, sports, or space. So there's a lot of different options for you to pick. That's supposed to just spark the idea of what you want to write about. Then, once you kind of figure out what you want to write about, you start thinking about characters. Who could a character be? They could be a family member. It could be a pet. It could be an inanimate object. If you know what an inanimate object is, it's kind of like a lamp or anything that doesn't move and breathe. So it could be a rock, it could be a stuffed animal, anything like that. Okay, it could be a plant, it could be a house, it could be a superhero. You could be the character of your own story. You could write about a friend, a book or TV character, or even an imaginary friend if you have one of those. All right, moving on. So next we need to think about the setting. Where is your story going to take place? Is it going to take place in your house, in a house, in the park, a museum, a specific state, a planet, school, a store that you really like, a hiking trail maybe, or maybe it's in a car, a train, in a garden, or if there's a specific street that you want to write about, you could write and have that be your setting. So this is where you have to be really, really creative, and I can't necessarily give you a whole bunch of ideas for this. What your story still needs is a problem and a solution. So the problem could be anything either bad or tricky that happens to the character that they have to overcome and think about how to solve. And then the solution is how they solve that solution. So one step before you start writing that always helps me is I always like to make a plan. So here's my plan. If you have paper, feel free to grab paper. If you want to use your phone, use your phone. Whatever's going to work for you. All right, so my plan. My topic, I'm going to write about my pet. I really like my dog Rosie. She's my favorite. So characters in this story is Rosie and her human. Her human could be me or one of my other family members too. You as the reader get to decide that. So the setting is in Rosie's house and in her yard. The problem that she has, I decided she was going to have a problem with the weather. And then the solution, you'll find out in the story that I read. Okay, so see, my plan was really simple, easy. It just helped me get my ideas down before I write. So now I can go and write an awesome, really cool, creative story. So here's my story. Rosie wished it was a beautiful day out. Her favorite weather was when it was sunny, because she loved to watch squirrels outside in her yard. But today, it was raining cats and dogs outside, so Rosie was stuck inside her house. Her human tried to play with her favorite squirrel toy, but even that couldn't make Rosie happy. She just wanted to sit outside. Then, Rosie had an idea. She went over to the umbrella her human liked to use, grabbed it in her mouth, and started to drag it towards the door. Rosie's human walked over to the door and asked her, "Do you really want to sit outside in the rain?" Rosie barked, hoping her human would understand she was saying, "Yes, please!" Her human got the hint, carried the umbrella outside, and set up a place for Rosie to sit under where she wouldn't get wet. Rosie curled up under the umbrella, watched the cars drive by, The rain come down and the squirrels run up the trees. At last, she was happy. So see, writing a story is so easy. You just have to start to come up with an idea. So I challenge you to use the ideas I wrote on the different word banks. Feel free to go rewind the video, pause it so you can pick from there and write your own story. And if you don't have the materials to write it, tell it. Tell it to a family member. Tell it to your pet. Tell it to a stuffed animal. Make up a story as you go. Thanks, everybody.